Hey guys, and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So I guess this angle is just the angle for the last couple of videos. Before it was my bed, and now it's this TV stand in my living room. Last night, I started a couple of things. So I started Hate to Want You by Alicia Rye, which appears to be a friends to lovers to enemies to lovers kind of situation. Sort of like a Romeo and Juliet-esque, like their families are business rivals. It's pretty good so far. I'm only 25% of the way in, so plan on reading that. So I started The Dutch House by Ann Patchett, which I got 117 pages in. This appears to be some sort of family intergenerational story dealing with this house. Originally, I thought it was like a haunted house, but I don't think it is. I think it's just some dark secrets going on with the family. So then I also have 5 other books that I'm trying to read this week, but they appear to be fairly short. So the first book that I'm trying to get through is The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chachki. This is a fantasy story about 6 people or so that are like trying to pull off a heist. That's the extent of what I know about it. I want to read A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This is I want to say it's like a short story about grief, and I think a little boy's mother or someone dies, and then this monster shows up. And like I said, it's a short story, but it has like pretty illustrations and stuff, and I've heard that it's extremely emotional, so we love it. I also want to read Graceling by Kristen O'Shore, which is a OG YA fantasy about a girl who is like an assassin, but she has to team up with someone. As you can tell, I really don't know the summary of these. And then the last 2 are gonna make me sob, but it's fine. So Beartown by Frederick Bachman. This is about a dying town that kind of puts all of the pressure on their high school sports team to win this championship, to like bring this town back to life. And it's, as you can imagine, that's a lot of stress on some teenagers, so I'm expecting it to be emotional. And then also by Frederick Bachman, I want to read A Man Named Ove. This has an old man on the cover. I don't know what exactly this is about, but I'm sure you can imagine what a story about an old man is going to be about. So it's also going to make me sob. So those are my reading plans. I also have the audiobook for a graveyard book or something, which I am going to start. Again, I don't know what it's about. But yeah, so I'm going to read those things. The ebook for Hate to Want You, I'm probably going to read at work. And then Dutch House will be my regular book. So those are my reading plans. And yeah, so right now I'm going to go to work and I will update you guys later. So I just finished The Dutch House by Ann Patchett. If you asked me what this book was about, I would tell you I don't know. If you asked me what I gained from this book, I would tell you nothing. If you asked me if I enjoyed this book, I would tell you I have no idea. So let me try to summarize the story. So the main character is a boy from a family that lives in the Dutch house. It's like a big, extravagant, outdated house. His mom leaves, and then his dad remarries this woman who has 2 children. His dad is very cold and domineering, and the stepmother doesn't really like them. The dad dies, and the stepmother kicks them out of the house, basically. And then you follow their life, well, the son's life, and his interactions with his biological sister. And you're just like following his life, but there's no central plot, and it bounces around a whole lot, and that's pretty much it. I finished it. I don't have any like important thoughts. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. We love it. Okay, so last night I read for about an hour, and then this morning I finished Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. So this is basically about a young boy whose mom has cancer, and he has nightmares, and then one night a tree monster shows up and says, I'm here to tell you 3 stories, and then once I tell you those 3 stories, you will tell me your 4th story. And so we're basically going through this boy's life, dealing with his mom having cancer, and the kids at school treating him differently and acting like he's invisible, and his grief and his rage and his anger. I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5 stars. I did tear up a little bit. It is emotional, but it didn't have like that 5-star spark for me, I guess. I keep saying that, but like, it just didn't have like that 5-star feeling. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's beautifully done. The illustrations are gorgeous. Like, it's a great story. It just wasn't like 5 stars. So now I think I am going to read Graceling by Kristen O'Shore. It says, Katsa has been able to kill a man with her bare hands since she was 8. She's a Graceling, one of rare people in the land born with an extreme skill. As niece of the king, she should be able to live a life of privilege, but graced as she is with killing, she is forced to work as the king's thug. When she meets Prince Po, graced with combat skills, Katsa has no hint of how her life is about to change. She never expects to become Po's friend. She never expects to learn the truth about her own grace or about a terrible secret that lies hidden far away. I'm gonna start this. I got about 70 or 80% of the way through Hate to Want You, and it's pretty okay. Like, it's not anything spectacular. I don't love the couple. It's written well, and you know, it's just regular old 3-star for me. It's about 2 people. So their parents like co-owned a grocery store chain together, and then the girl's father and the boy's mother get into a car accident together and die. And so the guy's father writes the girl's mother out of the business. And so there's like a family feud between the 2 families, but they had a relationship when they were younger. Then the girl, like, once that happens, once the feud happens, the girl leaves town, and then now she's back and they're like rekindling their romance. I mean, like I said, it's pretty decent. I don't super love their relationship. Like, I don't really love either of them. I just don't like have that connection to love them, but it's not terrible. It's not badly written. It's steamy. So yeah, I'm probably gonna finish it today at work. But like I said, I'm late to work. Like, I should be at work already, and I haven't even left my house. So I'm gonna finish the Graveyard book on my drive over there. I only have like 3 hours left, and then I'll talk to you when I get home about what it's about, like once it's done, my rating and my feelings about it. But yeah, so I'm gonna head out, and I will talk to you guys later. Running behind, so I'm getting ready, and I thought I would update you guys, but obviously I'm not suitable to be on camera, so you're gonna get a zoomed in shot of my cat sitting on her box. I finished Hate to Want You, and I gave it 3 stars, kind of like what I was predicting. It was just kind of meh for me. I didn't love the couple. Their relationship was believable, but I wasn't like thrilled by it. Neither of the characters was very spectacular, and like the romance together wasn't really spectacular. There was nothing wrong with it, and Alicia Rye is a good writer, but it just wasn't great. Well, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't like 4 or 5 star. And then I also started Graceling yesterday, and I got 23 pages in, and I'm bored. I don't know if it's because I'm not giving my whole attention to the book, or if I already kind of went into this expecting it to be boring. But I'm really gonna try to push through, but I'm not gonna push through too hard because I do have the other books that are due. I do have 3 other books that are due by Friday, but I'm probably gonna end up having to push them out anyways. I think I'm the only one at work today. My boss is out. So I think I'm gonna take Gilded Wolves with me to work and figure out what, like, if I like that one. I'm not entirely sure what Gilded Wolves is about. All I know is that it gets compared to Six of Crows a lot, and then people get mad that it gets compared to Six of Crows because I think it just gets compared because it's a group of people performing a heist. And there's a lot involved in Six of Crows, like the world building is a lot, the character development is impeccable, so that's the deal with that. So I'm gonna take that to work, and then I'm also gonna pick up another ebook. If you saw my video that came out on Wednesday, then you'll know that I have 62 ebooks left on my Kindle that I haven't read that I need to get to. I want to get to the 2 Frederick Bachman books like as soon as possible because I really am interested in them. I've been hesitant to pick them up when I'm not going to be reading them straight through, or when I have to like leave and, you know, all that, because go to work, because I feel like they're going to be emotional. Yeah, who knows, maybe I won't even like jive with his writing. I'm like hyping these books up for me and I might not even like them. But yeah, that's the sitch, and I am gonna go to work now. I probably will talk to you guys while I'm at work since I'm the only one in the office. I have not finished a Graveyard book by Neil Gaiman yet. I only have a couple of hours left, but I just have not been feeling listening to audiobooks. I'll probably listen to it while I'm at work. But it's a bunch of little stories following one main character and one main plot line. So this kid's family gets murdered when he's a baby, and then he like escapes while the murder is happening and goes to this graveyard, and then he gets adopted by the ghosts that are in the graveyard. And so he like lives in the graveyard, and it's following a bunch of different stories of like the ghosts that are in the graveyard, but also like the central plot of like the murderer trying to find him and just him growing up. And like, yeah, it's a bunch of different stories that follow one central plot. It's not bad. It's very well written and it's interesting. It's definitely like cool and spooky and like Halloweeny, and I am enjoying it. It's not gonna be like above a 3-star for me, but I'm not mad that I am listening to it. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later, probably at work, maybe after, who knows, but I have to get off to work. So vlog, I just wanted to pop in and say that I'm watching bookshelf reorganization videos, and if the past will show us anything, that means that I'm gonna want to reorganize my bookshelves. And if you have watched any of my previous videos for like the last month, you'll know that this is what my office looks like right now. I don't have bookshelves. Okay guys, I'm going in to get a haircut, which I haven't done in quite a while. This will be the first time that I have gone out in public since quarantine, so. This new haircut plus these glasses makes me look like John Lennon in Janis Joplin's Love Child. I also stopped at the Goodwill near my work and got some books for $1. So I got A Man Called Ove, which I haven't read yet, but I'm still expecting to love it. Do we love seeing the ring light in my glasses? Whatever. So yeah. And I also got Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, which I just read last week and I gave 4 out of 5 stars, but I really thought it was amazingly written and I can see myself rereading it. And then I got The Devil in the White City by Eric Larson, which I have not read this, but I have heard fantastic things about it. It's supposed to be like about a murder or something about like along those lines. So I got these. As far as like my reading went, I actually didn't do a whole lot. So I got 73 pages into Graceling and I'm still just not enjoying it. I didn't read any of The Gilded Wolves. I just didn't have really any interest to pick it up. But I did not mention earlier that my ebook that I started at work is The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, which is a fantasy story about this guy who is a caseworker for this company that oversees like orphanages and places for like magical kids, and the main character gets assigned to a house out in the middle of the sea that like not a lot of people know about, but it has like a bunch of kids there, one being like Lucifer, like as a kid. I only got 49 pages in, but I mean, I am liking it. I've heard nothing but great things about it. I don't think I've seen anybody rate it under a 3 stars. So, or those are the things that I'm reading. I'm gonna continue reading Graceling. I'm not hating it, but I'm not loving it really either. It's kind of just a typical like YA fantasy about a like not like other girls girl who doesn't want to be like a female in this society and just all that kind of like boring nonsense. But yeah, so I am gonna get to reading. Okay, so I just started Gilded Wolves and I want to point out this line. Punctuality, with its unseemly whiff of eagerness, was for peasants. Good morning, guys. My eyes are still adjusting to these new glasses. For anybody that wears glasses, you understand the struggle. The first like couple days, your eyes are like, what the fuck are you doing to me? Anyways, last night I moved on from Graceling. I decided to DNF it. Honestly, we have moved beyond the need for boring, formulaic YA fantasy. Like we have. Like we don't need this anymore. We need something different. Like I'm done, right? And I moved on to The Gilded Wolves. I got only 30 pages in and I'm so loving this. It's so good. It is so interesting and fun and just the spice that I was missing from Graceling. So I'm going to continue reading this. I'm going to continue reading The House in the Cerulean Sea at work, and that's the deal with that. Okay, I'm gonna go to work and do stuff.